Hey guys, and welcome back to Nate's Pacific Northwest Adventures. Today I am out across the Umpqua River in another hunting spot that I frequent pretty often, and this particular area I'm in holds a lot of elk. I'm not going to be hunting over here this year. However, I know a spot out here just off the road that a herd of elk frequently sits at, and I'm going to walk in there today and see if there's any sheds in there, possibly from last year, doubtfully any from this year yet, but the goal is to at least find one or, come across anything cool. So I'm going to get my gear and get out here in the field. It started raining on me a second ago, but it stopped. It's a really overcast day, kind of chilly, so it may get a little wet, but whatever. That's part of the game. So anyways, I'm going to get to it, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, we're out of the truck. We've got the gear, and we're going to start heading out down into this field here and see if we can't find some elk sheds. This has all been logged before previously. It's really wide open. It's a pretty neat spot. My wife and I came out here year before last and deer hunted. We walked up a ridge that's back behind me, and actually saw a few deer. No bucks though, but while we were up on that ridge, straight out in front of me where I'm standing now, you can't see it because there's trees blocking it and whatnot, but there's a private property back there, and there's some fields, and excuse me, and the elk herd was out there, and we could hear them bugling from up on the hill that we were on deer hunting. It was pretty awesome, and I know they frequent this area a lot, deer and elk both. And they bed down in this open field out here. I'll show you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so I have never been down here towards the bottom of this field, but there's a creek that runs down through here along the roads that go up in the mountains. I can't remember the name of the creek, but apparently it comes down here and makes a loop back. And it's really calm in here. I never realized it was this large though. Be a cool spot to come fish, I think. I'll have to do some more checking with ODFW, make sure that it's fishable. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's a really cool spot. You can see back this way, it's kind of the field. Up over that little hump is where my truck is. And we're going to continue walking back over this way, back behind these trees, and see if we can't go find some sheds in the lower part of the field. So I'm just kind of working my way along the edge of this field. You can see the tree line there. That goes to private property. He's got a barn over there. Back up that way is where the truck is. But there's trails all through here and sign everywhere. I think I see a concrete foundation right by that tree. I'm not sure. I'll have to go look at it. But there's these concrete things here. I'm not exactly sure what they are. And I can hear a waterfall through the trees here going into that creek, which is pretty cool. I'm also seeing a lot of stones here in the ground. Some cool looking ones here and there, and I'm wondering if this might not be a good spot to find some arrowheads. It's interesting. But I'm gonna keep scoping this out, and hopefully we can find some sheds here. It looks like a really prime time area, and I know for a fact that there's an elk herd that comes in and out of here. I've seen them sitting out here many times. So we'll see what we find. But beautiful out here, guys. So I came across some bones. There's one there, looks like a vertebrae of some kind. Not a bone expert. Another chunk over here, a bottle from some jerk who decided to litter. Can't stand that crap. There's another piece right there. Interesting find. Looks like there's another bone right there. Haven't found any sheds yet, but something definitely died out here, whether it was natural causes, predation, or hunting, I'm not sure. Looks like it's been there for a while. Looks like there is a concrete slab out here from something. I don't know what this is from. Maybe there was a house here originally. Check this out. A little faucet coming out of the ground. Maybe there was a house here at some point. Some old piece of metal from something. Yeah, glass. Interesting. No clue what was here before. Another bone. Car parts or tractor parts, something. This is a really interesting spot. And there's more concrete foundations over there. All that green moss on there is sitting right on top of it. Very interesting. Like I said, I was told this is all owned by Roseburg Forest Products and it's legal to walk in here and stuff. I haven't seen any no trespassing signs, anything like that. But something was definitely here before. Just kind of curious what it was. Here's the big concrete slab. Looks like it stretches out. Oh, I see. It makes kind of a U shape. Interesting. Some kind of old building must have been here. A barn, maybe. I don't know. An old rusted out drum. Kind of crazy. Interesting stuff out here for sure. See all these stones out here? It's probably put here by people at some point. Pretty cool though. We're gonna keep walking through here and see if we find anything interesting. Found a big chunk of crystal here. That's pretty cool. Alright, it's kind of blurry. Trying to focus in on it. There we go. Pretty neat. Pretty cool stuff. You can see this field here. I'm in the back end of it here. Tree line goes to that creek, and I believe just beyond that is the private property. So we're gonna hit this back end, which is where I normally see the elk. See what we can find. Look at this. Guarantee you those elk are coming into this thing. Pretty damn cool. Here's the tree line. The creek's just behind it. You can hear the water flowing pretty good. It's interesting because you can't see any of this kind of stuff from the road. Oh, I see people walking down the road. Over there by the tree line. Probably the property owner's just out taking a hike. I don't know. Doesn't look like they're out in the field, but it's a pretty cool spot out here. So you can see this trail here going back towards the tree line. Pretty heavily used. I'm guessing that's where the elk cross and come in here. And then it kind of goes out into this green stuff, and you can see a trail going off to the right. See my truck up there by the road. It's a really cool area. That whole hill back there is another good spot to hike. I might go up there this morning as well. Haven't seen any sheds out here, but still a cool spot to go out and explore. Check this guy out. Found a mud puppy. That's what we call him over here. Little orange-bellied salamander. Pick this guy up real quick and show you. They're pretty neat looking. Big old bright orange belly. Cute little guy. Phone doesn't want to zoom or focus, but yeah, they're pretty cool. He's just out taking a morning stroll. It's nice and wet out this time of year, so a lot of times you can find them out on the ground. But they're also in the rivers and creeks everywhere. Used to play with those a ton as a kid. Spot is so cool. It's just super flat down here. It's like a little shelf. All kinds of cool looking rocks. I found tons of bones, but no sheds. And it is still early in the year to find fresh sheds, but I thought I would have found at least, you know, something old, but who knows how often this thing gets hunted for sheds, so you never know. But it's definitely a cool place to come out and just take a hike for the day and get out and enjoy the outdoors. So I found another graveyard here. This was something big, and I can see part of the skull and jawbone over here. There's some teeth. That's the top of the skull. More jaws, more teeth. It's pretty big. I'm thinking this is either from an elk or a cow. I'm guessing an elk, but I'm not sure. Hard to tell if this was predation or maybe someone poached or shot someone's cow or something. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's an elk, but come back over here, you can see these other bones. Really hope it's not a case of someone poaching. That stuff pisses me off. And someone just came out here and shot an elk and left it here to die and wasted it. That's a damn shame, and they should be locked up. Hopefully that's not what happened there, but thought I'd show you guys. Pretty neat. Obviously no horns laying around, so if it was an elk, they probably took them. We got another bone here. Not sure what this is. Yeah, some kind of bone. There's a good chance that could have been an elk someone shot and just took the horns and left them, or maybe they got a kill there and harvested the meat and stuff. Who knows? But yeah, some fresh deer crap there. A lot of animal sign out here. I've seen lots of bones. That was the first big pile where I could see, you know, skull and jawbones and the whole 9 yards, pretty much. Very interesting. Still looking for sheds. Like a dum-dum, I left the house and forgot my binos, so I don't have that advantage. So I'm just kind of making crisscross patterns through here and doing 360s every now and then and checking my surroundings, see if I can see a part of an antler sticking up or something, but no such luck yet. But we're gonna keep on going. And another boneyard. This is about 30-40 yards away from the other one. See some smaller pieces, vertebrae. Really hope these aren't being poached out here. Not sure what bones those are, but they're quite a bit bigger. Hopefully it's remnants of a clean, legal kill where they harvested all the meat. That's all I can hope for. It's pretty awesome being out here in nature, hearing all the sounds of running water and birds chirping and all that good stuff. Love it. Check this out, guys. A nice rub on this random little tree out in the middle of this field. Looks pretty dang fresh too, probably from this season. This past season or even more recent. There is a lot of deer sign out here too, so I'm guessing this is from a buck with it being on a smaller tree, but it's pretty open all out through here. You can see here, here's a little 360 view of where I'm standing. No big trees around anywhere. And then boom, this rub right here. Pretty neat. Alright guys, I got back to the truck and I was going to head out, but I saw something up the hill ahead of me sticking up that looked white and pointy. Probably a stick, but in the off chance it could be a shed, I want to go up there and check it out, so that's what we're going to do. And here's the white pointy thing I saw from the road. Just a stick. But you can see how it might have been easily an old chalk elk shed. Sorry, I'm out of breath, guys. I just hiked up this steep hill. There's my truck down there. You can see the whole meadow area that I just walked through a little bit ago. Covered that pretty good. Pretty steep up this hill. You can see back in through the trees, there's some property back there. Really lush green meadows. It's where those elk like to hang out. It's where we heard them bugling from up on this ridge a couple years ago. It's gorgeous out here. Really is. Beautiful. I think since I already walked up here, I'm gonna cut back up over this knob, go back down the other side, because I know there's an old logging road that'll take me back out of the truck, and it will be a little bit easier to traverse than going straight up the front of this hill like I just did. So that's what we're gonna do. Lots of old timber and sticks and stuff up here, sticker bushes, all kinds of stuff. I know there's deer that come up here, elk. Seen the sign. Not a bad spot to hunt for sheds either. It's just a lot more work, but the harder the work, the more rewarding it is, whether you find anything or not. So also, it's a dang good way to get some good exercise in and help get prepped for the upcoming hunting season later this year. I'm going to show you over the top of this hill. There's another ridge. My wife and I have spotted deer all over on the hill I'm on, as well as this other ridge. There's some reprod here. It's grown up pretty well over the past few years. I know for a fact that deer like to hide in there. Oh, there's some birds. It's a cool spot up here. Some old elk crap. All kinds of sign. See if we can't get lucky and maybe spot some deer over on this ridge on our way back down. This time of the year they're not pressured because there's no hunting. Weather conditions are ideal for them to be out during the day. Wow, this, I don't know if you can tell. Oop, almost ate it. I don't know if you can tell here, but this ground's pretty tore up. Some elk have been through here for sure. Yeah, so you can see it starts to slope down right here. It goes back up to another ridge. Right up there following the tree line, there's an old tree laying down, that long skinny looking tree. My wife and I spotted a few deer there a couple years ago, all the way down from the road. So I know they like to hang out up there, but this whole spot's just amazing. A guy could sit up here all day and watch for game and probably have some pretty good results, but I don't know how clear this will come in, but it's just freaking beautiful. Scenery out here is amazing. And this is just the first part of it. There's roads that go all over up in here, but it's excellent. Alright guys, thank you for watching another episode of Nate's Pacific Northwest Adventures. We didn't find any sheds today, but I had a great time out here exploring this meadow and up on the hill. Saw a lot of cool stuff, and we'll definitely hit this spot again a little bit later this year, when the fresh shed should be dropping. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here, and we will catch you in the next one.